Hello everybody and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. Today we are finishing the final trial of the DLC and the game as a whole and finding Dumas Bloomsbury's real killer. Let's get started. It's gonna be the last Ace Attorney video for a while. September 23rd, District Court. Defendant, Lobby number 3. Now we'll have to face Pierce on the stand. I'm not sure if I should be surprised or not. One thing's for sure, he won't be an easy adversary.
So, do you think Pierce did it?
It's too early to say anything at this point, but I do think he's still hiding something. Meg! Why didn't you put everything on the Soren loser back there? Looks like Larry still hasn't given up on Ellen. If this Pierce guy is the real bad guy, then Soren and my Ellie will live happily ever after together. Larry, that's not the kind of thing a decent human being says.
Shame on you, Larry.
Oh, boo-hoo! I think I don't know. Why do I have to give up on my Ellie? But Nick, promise you'll make her happy. She deserves a happily ever after. I'm sure Soren will make her happy once all of this is said and done. The trial's about to resume, Mr. Wright. Alright. You ready, Maya?
Yup, let's go.
I'll be rooting for you, Nick. September 23rd, District Court. Courtroom number 6. This court is now back in session. Witness, please take the stand. Please state your name and occupation. I forgot to do that. My name is Pierce Nickedy. I am the Sprocket family butler. Let's get straight to the point, Mr. Nickedy. Someone tore out a page from Mr. Sprocket's notebook to manipulate his memories. And that person was you, wasn't it? That is correct. What about it? Well, that was easy. So why did you do it? Why did you tamper with Mr. Sprocket's notebook? Please allow me to explain. It pains me to do this, but I will tell you the truth. Pains you? That is correct. For my testimony will go against Master Soren's wishes. Soren's wishes? What is he talking about? Why I tore out the page? I rushed to the Vista deck, but the crime had already been committed. I saw Miss Ellen and Bloomsbury collapsed, and Master Soren writing in his notebook. Master Soren said to me, I'll take the blame for the murder, so please take care of Ellen. But I went against his order. I tore the page out of his notebook and hit the body. Wait a second. But Mr. Sprocket was writing in his notebook at the time. Could it be? It was meant to be a confession, an admission he'd killed Bloomsbury himself. He wrote that message to take the blame for Miss Wyatt? That is correct. Master Soren did hit Gloomsbury with the timekeeper to save Miss Ellen. Then Mr. Sprocket was the culprit after all. However, that blow did not kill Gloomsbury. That makes sense. Mr. Sprocket's injury wouldn't allow him to put much force into it. Enraged, Gloomsbury tried to attack Master Soren, who was already seriously wounded. But just in the nick of time, Miss Ellen hit Gloomsbury from behind, and finished him off, it would seem. So she's innocent. So the one who inflicted the fatal blow was the defendant. Yes, that is correct. But Master Soren tried to take all of the blame onto himself.
No way! This is pretty bad, Nick.
No kidding. Pretty bad is an understatement. Well, well, Mr. Wright. It seems your decision to call for Mr. Niggity has backfired. For the true culprit behind this case remains the defendant, Ellen Wyatt. Could this get any worse? But Pierce was involved in the cover-up plot. I bet he still has something to hide. Wide at the page. I rushed to the Vista deck, but the crime had already been committed.
Hold it!
Wait a minute. I thought you went to the Vista deck with Mr. Sprocket. Actually, that is not true. What? What do you mean? I found this out afterward, but Master Soren went to the Vista deck alone. He went out the escape hatch in the reception hall, and went along the outside wall. What? You can't be serious! You mean Mr. Wright's addle-pated guess wasn't actually correct? What's with the addle-pated? I suppose truth really is stranger than fiction. So, Mr. Niggity, when you got to the scene, you saw Mr. Gloomsbury, Miss Wyatt, and Mr. Sprocket. Is that right? That is exactly right. I saw Miss Ellen and Gloomsbury collapsed and Master Soren writing in his notebook.
Hold it!
So, when you and your group arrived at the Vista deck, the murder had already been committed. That is correct. Gloomsbury had already been struck. Miss Ellen had lost consciousness, probably from the shock of the incident. And how did Mr. Sprocket appear? He was bleeding from the stab wound he had received from Gloomsbury. Barely conscious, he was writing something in his notebook. So the mysterious third party Ellen saw really was Soren then. Master Soren said to me, "I'll take the blame for the murder, so please take care of Ellen."
Hold it!
So Mr. Sprocket wrote a note of confession in order to take the blame for Miss Wyatt. Yes, that notebook is the only form of memory Master Soren has. So you understand what his action meant, I trust?
What did it mean, Nick?
To Soren, everything in that notebook is true. So Soren tried to take the blame by altering his own memory to make himself think he did it.
No!
Master Soren truly loves Miss Wyatt. It must have been love that made him do that. But I went against his order. I tore the page out of his notebook and hid the body.
Hold it!
Mr. Niggity, could you please tell this court about that in more detail? That, you say? Which part do you mean, Mr. Wright? Could you be more specific? Oh, alright. What part do I want to know more about? Please tell me more about the hiding of the body. Very well. After saying you would take the blade Master Sword and passed out, that's where I hit the body. I quickly took the lift down to the hold, where I hid Gloomsbury's still warm body in that spare peggable lantern. So it was you who hit the body, not the defendant. To think Mr. Butts would move the lantern containing the body to the reception hall, well, I did not see that coming. I don't blame you. Not even Larry can predict what Larry will do next. Maybe I should take another look at the lantern and evidence. Mr. Wright, would you like that statement added to the witness's testimony? Yes, please. Very well. Please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Nickety. In the hold, I hid the still warm body in the spare peggable lantern.
Hold it!
Why did you hide the body in the lantern? As I told you yesterday, it was to make it as though the murder never happened. But thanks to Mr. Butts, things did not turn out as planned. So holding the second wedding reception wasn't Mr. Sprocket's idea, but yours, wasn't it? It was all for Master Soren's sake, and Sprocket Aviation. If I am accused of a crime for trying to cover up the incident, I shall accept it willingly. He really doesn't seem to even care about himself.
So he's talking about the cover-up after the incident, huh?
Right. That's information only someone who was actually involved could know.
But it might be a really important piece of testimony.
I think so too. I really have to tread carefully here. Okay, so I don't know exactly what it is. Split sand. Don't know.
Objection!
Okay. Could it be it? Is that what happened? If what I'm thinking is true, then maybe I can prove neither Ellen nor Soren did the deed. Mr. Nickety, you said the body was still warm when you hit it, correct? So then, what if Mr. Bloomsbury was still alive when you went to put his body inside the lantern? What? What? That's preposterous. Actually, this shows that the victim might have still been alive while inside the lantern. I'm afraid you'll have to point out which part you're talking about, Mr. Wright. This part here shows that the victim might have still been alive inside the lantern. Bloody handle. It was on the inside originally. Emma just fucked up.
Take that!
As you can see, the back end of the lantern is a door. And there's blood here on the wheel handle.
Objection!
That bloodstain must have gotten there when the witness put the body inside the lantern. It in no way shows that the victim drew his last breath while he was within the lantern. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth, for you see, in putting this lantern back together, the police inadvertently placed the inside lantern on the inside handle on the outside, and vice versa. In other words, the wheel handles got swapped. Oh my! So they got swapped. Yes, they got swapped. What? But that's ridiculous. Not at all, if you compare the other male peggable lantern in the reception hall. It's quite obvious the wheel handles were attached backwards. The detective in charge of the restoration will see me in my office later. Sorry, Emma. And good luck. In that case, what does the bloodstain on the wheel handle mean? This really should have been Gumshoe instead of Emma in this case. The bloodstain didn't get there by chance. When the victim was put inside the lantern, he was only unconscious, not dead. When he regained consciousness, he probably tried to get out of the lantern. So he grasped the inner wheel handle, and that's when the blood got on it. This proves that the victim was still alive when he was inside the lantern. At the time, I was completely convinced Gloomsbury was dead. Had I checked more carefully, he might have survived. Unfortunate, to be sure, but not significant enough to change the trial's outcome. I disagree. Again, I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. It actually has a very significant impact on this case. The victim was struck by the defendant, then died from its injuries sometime later. There's nothing more to it.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. Let's take another look at Mr. Gloomsbury's autopsy report, shall we? No. Please focus on the description of his injuries. It says one contusion was found on the back of the head, and one on the side. Yes, the one Mr. Sprocket gave him, and the one Miss Wyatt delivered to finish him off. No, the defense would like to submit a different interpretation. A different interpretation? The victim was knocked unconscious by the first blow and was then put into the lantern. Then, what about the lethal blow by the defendant that the witness talked about? Yes, well, that didn't happen. After some time, when the victim regained consciousness and tried to get out of the lantern, that's when he received the second blow that finished him off. Taking into account the fact that the victim was alive for a period of after the first hit, and that he did receive a second blow to the head, it does seem entirely possible. Yes, as long as the first blow didn't kill the victim instantly, then there's a possibility that someone other than Mr. Sprocket or Miss White delivered the fatal blow.
Objection!
That's all you've got. Even if there was a time lag between the two blows, the prosecution's position doesn't change. What? What do you mean? It's elementary, Mr. Wright. After the reception, when the defendant was cleaning up the reception hall, the victim, who was supposed to be dead, suddenly came out of the lantern. The defendant grabbed the murder weapon, which was right there, and finished him off. That theory sounds awfully familiar. Of course it does, Your Honor, because it's exactly what I proposed at the very start. The second blow was inflicted by the defendant after all. I see. It seems a tangle of mysteries has unraveled into a single thread.
Objection!
But as long as there is a possibility that the fatal blow was delivered by a third person, then we must continue the deliberation. Give it up, Mr. Wright. Unless you have something to prove the presence of your precious third person.
Okay, Nick, just relax. You can do this. Come on now, take some deep breaths.
Good idea. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
There, don't you feel better already?
Maya's right. I should calm down, get my focus back, and go over everything again. And then, hopefully, I'll be able to find something to prove there was a third person. Let's see. First, why did Gloomsbury attack Ellen?
Because he was tired of taking the blame for the accident?
But something about that line of reasoning just doesn't feel quite right to me.
No? How come?
Well, if it's just a personal vendetta, he had already stabbed Soren. So why, then, was he so determined to go after Ellen?
You're right. This whole thing feels too premeditated for a crime of passion.
But Gloomsbury didn't seem to have a personal grudge against Ellen. If Gloomsbury didn't have a personal reason to attack Ellen, then... You've taken long enough, Mr. Wright. Now it's time for some action. What proof do you have that a third person was involved? Alright, I'll show you. I'm not completely sure what I'm doing yet, but it looks like I'm out of time. This piece of evidence proves the involvement of a third person. What's this? Statement. Grab Ellen, something, then send her off from the wrist deck. When confident? Okay. I meant to present that time.
Take that!
I get it now. And now I see why this note bothered me so much when I first saw it. It looks like a note outlining the murder plot.
That note was apparently written by the victim.
But why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Your Honor, please take a look at this note. This is the victim's murder plan, right? It's definitely a murder plan, but what if Mr. Gloomsbury didn't write this note himself? What? This is how you intend to conjure up your mysterious third person, Mr. Wright. Can you even prove that the note wasn't written by the victim? Yes. Yes, I can. Bitch. Very well, then. Please present your evidence, Mr. Wright. This evidence proves the victim didn't write the note. What? What?
Take that!
This is the weapon Mr. Gloomsbury used to stab Mr. Sprocket. I was wondering what you'd pull out this time. Dare I ask what that could possibly have to do with the note? Shit, sorry, my bad. Mr. Gloomsbury's prints were found on this candelabra, and the prints were from his left hand. So, that makes the victim left-handed, correct? Exactly, Your Honor. The police looked into it, too, and confirmed as much. Now, take a look at the smudged writing in this note. Notice how the smudging only starts from the middle of each preceding line? Had this been written by a lefty, the writing would be smudged from the far left end. This means that whoever wrote this note was definitely right-handed. In other words, somebody other than the victim wrote this note. What? But if someone other than Mr. Gloomsbury wrote it, then what does this note mean? Mr. Gloomsbury followed this note to the letter when he attacked Miss Wyatt. So clearly this note isn't a murder plan written by Mr. Gloomsbury, but rather... these are instructions to kill Miss Wyatt, issued by somebody else.
Objection!
If it wasn't the victim who wrote these so-called instructions, then who wrote it? Most of the people involved are right-handed, you know. He is correct. The majority of the family and their employees who were on the airship are indeed right-handed. I must say that is a very rough and slipshod conjecture you've proposed. I admit I haven't figured out who wrote it just yet.
Leave it to Mr. Edgeworth to go for the jugular.
This culprit who ordered Gloomsbury to attack Ellen. What could their motive have been?
It doesn't seem very likely Ellen did anything to incur anybody's wrath, right?
Right, not too likely anyway. In that case, it has to be about Soren.
If somebody were to hold a grudge against Soren, what would it be about?
That accident, I'd guess. I could understand if Gloomsbury felt resentful about having to take the blame.
But the one who lost the most to that accident was Soren's sister. She lost her life after all.
Soren suffered.
Soren suffered too, of course. He was crushed by losing somebody so precious to him.
Somebody precious to him. Precious, huh? Soren's sister. Wait, there's one more person. There's someone else who must hold a grudge against Soren.
Did you figure something out?
I think so. I think this somebody else used Gloomsbury to try and get revenge against Soren.
Did you say somebody tried to get revenge against Mr. Sprocket, Mr. Wright?
The person who manipulated and used Mr. Gloomsbury was Selena's fiance. The person who used Mr. Gloomsbury to try and get revenge on Mr. Sprocket, and then finished Mr. Gloomsbury off to silence him, was a man dear to Mr. Sprocket's older sister, Selena Sprocket's fiance. Not that I'm not positive, but it's certainly possible. His fiancée could have made Gloomsbury attack Ellen to get his revenge on Soren. What?
The fiancé? Order in the court. Order, I say. Yes, it does seem quite believable that Miss Selena Sprocket's fiancé would bear a grudge against Mr. Sprocket for his role in the accident.
Exactly, Your Honor. Maybe her fiancé was trying to murder Miss Wyatt in order to make Mr. Sprocket experience the same pain he'd felt.
Objection!
Miss Sprocket's fiancé was a surgeon, if memory serves. But the only people who attended the reception were her family and staff members. That may be, but then that just means that Mr. Sprocket's fiancé must have been among those who attended.
What? Really?
Of course, otherwise how could he have killed Gloomsbury?
Oh, I see what you're doing. This is just another giant bluff, isn't it?
All right, I'll bite. That rhymed, right? That also rhymed. I'm on a roll today. Who exactly do you claim this fiancé to be?
Yes, I would like to know as well.
Are you sure you're gonna be okay, Nick?
Maybe? When it comes to suspicious people, there's only one person on my list. I need to find something that connects him to Selena. This will help us identify Mr. Sprocket's fiancé. What? Ha!
Take that!
Please take a look at this photo, Your Honor. That photo. Notice Mr. Sprocket's pocket watch. Haven't we seen it somewhere before?
Yes. Now that you mention it, I do feel as if I've seen it somewhere before.
I believe we've all seen it. Right here in this very courtroom. Impossible. That's right. The pocket watch in this photo.
is the same pocket watch Mr. Nickety has on him right now. What? This is clear proof of a strong connection between Pierce Nickety and Selena Sprocket. No. Well, Mr. Nickety, is this true? Mr. Nickety, you were once engaged to Selena Sprocket. That pocket watch, you keep it as a memento of her, don't you? Mr. Nickety, you plan to rob Mr. Sprocket of his loved one, to make him feel the same pain as you. Isn't that right? But Mr. Sprocket managed to fight back, and knocked Mr. Gloomsbury unconscious. You thought Mr. Gloomsbury was dead, and hid his body in the lantern. But then you noticed Mr. Gloomsbury regained consciousness. And so you finished him off to prevent your plan from being exposed. This is the defense's take on what really happened in this murder case. Mr. Wright, does this mean you wish to officially accuse this witness of the murder of Dumas Gloomsbury? Does the defense accuse Mr. Nickety of the murder? The defense indicts Pierce Nickety on the charge of murdering Dumas Gloomsbury. Oh my! Mr. Nickety, would you care to respond? Man, this lawyer just yaps on and on and on. As you guessed, this watch is a memento of Selena. It stopped working at the time of the accident, though. Then, you really are. Yes, I was Selena's fiancé, and not just her fiancé, but the surgeon beside her deathbed.
Objection!
Mr. Nickety, why didn't you tell me any of this before? Shut it, you useless prosecutor. I thought you could be of use, but apparently, this case was too much for you. What did you say? If your office hadn't stuck its nose all up in this, I could have swept it under the rug. Yes, if you hadn't done your job, I would have gotten away with it. Not only did you interfere with the case, but you even let me fall under suspicion. That's because you kept trying to cover things up on the sly. But covering things up wasn't your only involvement. The only person who had a motive to use the victim to try and kill Miss Wyatt was you. Oh, fuck. I'm going to need surgery for that. What the fuck? I just fucking exploded. Call the fucking doctor. Malignant tumors. There are malignant tumors in this courtroom. Lesions oozing with false charges. What? The tumors of one idiotic lawyer and one useless prosecutor. After the truth is revealed, I'll have the both of you incised from the real world. How? Your Honor, this man is guilty as fuck. I'd like to see you try. With the power of the Sprocket family, it'd be a cinch. Motherfucker, I am the chief prosecutor. There is literally nobody above me. I will now begin the operation.
What in the world happened to Mr. Nickety?
Looks like he's finally showing his true colors.
Nick, look what he did to that shoulder mech.
Quit your yapping before I suture your chatty lips shut. Your Honor, just declare my client not guilty already. Look at this man.
It's like he's a completely different person.
Sure looks like it, huh? We can't let our guards down now. Mr. Nickety, it's finally time for you to testify to the truth. It seems we're entering the final act at last. Witness your testimony, please. Witness testimony, right to remain silent. Mr. Nickety, why didn't you say anything? Ah! He just took a picture of me, or something. Bro, you just exposed everybody in this courtroom to radiation. You want me to voluntarily testify, hoping I will make a slip of the tongue. Not a very impressive plan, or brain, I might add. Ow, that was uncalled for. If you want to know something, you ask the question. I will answer, but I have no intention of making any voluntary statements of my own.
What's he trying to do, Nick?
He's using the silent treatment as a strategy to avoid getting tripped up. Clever guy. No more lies, Mr. Nickety. You will tell us nothing but the truth from now on. Ah! Stop exposing everybody to radiation! What do you think you're doing? My ribcage! No one asked you to speak. Just keep quiet over there and play with your frills. How dare you! Well, this is a rather conventional situation. But please proceed, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor.
Hold it!
If you won't speak voluntarily, then I guess I'll have to ask him something. What question should I ask? Isn't it true that when Mr. Gloomsbury regained consciousness inside the lantern, you murdered him in order to silence him? He was an excellent employee and very loyal to me. Gloomsbury was my right-hand man. I'd suffer the most from losing him. You really think I'd kill a guy like that? That would make sense only if you were innocent. But since your goal was revenge, you don't really have to care about something like that. But I am innocent, I tell you. Don't try to force your conjectures onto me. I guess without decisive evidence, I can't pursue this line of questioning any further. Mr. Wright, would you like that statement added to the witness's testimony? Yes, please, Your Honor. Every little bit I can drag out of him helps, right? Gloomsbury was my right-hand man. I'd suffer the most from losing him.
Hold it!
What did Mr. Gloomsbury think of Mr. Sprocket? After all, he was forced to take the blame for the accident. He must have been resentful. He got his position as the lead servant in exchange for taking the blame. It wasn't exactly a bad deal for him. But he must have felt some sort of indignation. Who knows? Now that he's dead, we'll never know for sure. It's pointless to talk about it any further. Alright, dead men tell no tales after all.
Hold it!
If you won't speak voluntarily, then I just have to ask him a question. You've been nursing a grudge against Mr. Sprocket over the loss of your fiancée. Isn't that right? I'd be lying if I said I felt no resentment whatsoever. But Master Soren didn't cause that accident on purpose. Master Soren himself has suffered greatly. But you quit being a surgeon and found a way to get even closer to Mr. Sprocket. Wasn't that so you could carry out your revenge on him? Don't insult me. Supporting Master Soren in Sprocket Aviation was my life's work. Is my penance for not being able to save Selena. This is how I honor her. I feel your devotion as both a fiancé and a surgeon. Your statement breaks my heart. I've never thought of exacting revenge on Master Soren. Never thought of it, huh? I guess I should probably take that with a pound of salt. Mr. Wright, would you like that statement to be added to the witness's testimony? Yes, I would. Yes, please, Your Honor. I have to find an opening. I have to find an opening somehow. I've never thought of exacting revenge on Master Soren.
Hold it!
So you have had no thoughts of vengeance toward Mr. Sprocket whatsoever? Of course not! Selena wouldn't have wanted that. I've thrown my own life away and lived solely for the sake of the Sprocket family. That's how I show my love for her. Alrighty then!
Well, one thing's for sure. Pierce gets really emotional when it comes to Selena.
No kidding. I'm not sure how he feels about Soren, but his love for Selena is pretty obvious. Oh shit.
This isn't going to be easy, is it?
You can say that again. All I can do is just try to draw as much information as I can out of him. And look for any inconsistencies.
This is the moment of truth, isn't it, huh, Nick? Good luck.
Thanks.
Hold it!
If you won't speak voluntarily, I guess I'll have to ask him, yada yada yada. On the day of the incident, you were constantly surrounded by your subordinates. Is that right? Absolutely. I was in someone's line of sight at all times. After all, I was busy taking care of every detail of the event. Mr. Edgeworth, I believe your investigation backs up my claim. I got statements that said groups of his subordinates worked with him in rotation. So he was always with someone, as the prosecutor just said. I couldn't even get close to the lantern containing Gloomsbury by myself, let alone kill him. Pierce didn't have a chance to get close to the victim alone, huh? Mr. Wright, would you like that statement added to the witness's testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to have that statement added to his testimony. Very well. I was always in the company of others. I didn't have an opportunity to murder Gloomsbury.
Hold it!
So, you were always in someone's line of sight. I was surrounded by family members and staff as we prepared for the reception. During the reception, I was stationed behind the sweetheart table to attend to the couple. When could I have possibly committed murder? I'm not buying it. If Pierce is the true killer, then there must have been some time when he was out of everyone's sight.
What do you think, Nick?
Okay.
Is there a chance for us here?
Well, as long as we have some kind of testimony from him, there has to be. We'll just have to compare his testimony against the evidence and...
Find an inconsistency, right?
Exactly. This is it. I have to do this right. Do, 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 do. Oh, wait. Bum, ba-dum.
Objection!
Yeah, I was waiting for that right before the beat drop.
Mr. Nickety testifies that he was always with someone at the time of the incident, and never had a moment alone to commit the crime. Yes, and the police investigation backs that statement up, doesn't it? But there was an opportunity. In fact, one, and only one. A moment when Mr. Nickety could have killed Mr. Gloomsbury without anyone noticing. What? And the one thing that made that moment possible is shown here in this photograph. Hold it. With all those people watching, I couldn't have possibly committed murder. Do not believe him, Your Honor. This lawyer is a malignant tumor. He wants to infect this judicial body with the virulent something or other. Mr. Nickety, I would ask that you keep quiet this time. We need to evaluate the defense's claim, and your yammering only serves to throw further suspicion your way. Mr. Wright, let's see this one thing you mentioned. But be warned, this had better not be one of your offhand claims. Who do you think you're talking to, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, Mr. Wright. Please point out for us the one thing that made the moment of the murder possible. That one moment when it was possible for Mr. Nickety to kill Mr. Gloomsbury. The one thing that made that single moment possible is this.
Take that!
The one thing that made the moment of the murder possible is this thick mood fog that engulfed the entire reception hall. It is under the cover of this fog that Mr. Nickety murdered the victim. But what? Mr. Nickety was standing right next to the lantern that Mr. Gloomsbury was in. This was the only moment the murder could have been committed without being seen.
Objection!
I can accept that there was a moment when the murder was when the witness was obscured from others by fog. But that doesn't prove Mr. Nickety killed the victim at that very moment. If you can't prove the crime was committed during the reception, the trial ends here. I'm so caught up in finding a foothold that I forgot to think that far ahead. Well done, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time to call this trial's time of death. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove the murder happened during the reception? Don't even bother. This claim is dead on arrival. Victory is within your grasp, prosecutor. Shut the fuck up. Quiet, witness. I have no intention in I have no interest in victory. All I care about is the truth. One that we can only arrive at through further deliberation. Edgeworth. Enough of this. Your Honor, this trial is over. No, Mr. Nickety, that is for me to decide. Mr. Wright, can you prove it? Can you prove that the murder was committed during the wedding reception? Why is there no verdict yet? The lawyer's obviously out of answers. The prosecutor, the judge, they're all infected. Their malignant stupidity is so advanced, not even the best surgeon can save them. In fact, not even a brain transplant could cure them. This court is infected with an idiocy. It's a pandemic.
Objection!
Mr. Nickety, that's enough already. Finally ready to give up, are you? No, just the opposite, actually. I'll prove the murder was committed during the reception by you. You'll prove it? Can you really, Mr. Wright? Yes, I can, Your Honor. To be honest, I don't know exactly how I'll do it just yet. But if I want to get to the truth Edgeworth was talking about, I'll just have to find that way. Very well, Mr. Wright. Let's have your proof.
Enough of this foolishness. It's just bluffing. Stop even speaking, Your Honor.
I will do nothing of the sort.
You are just a district court judge. The power of the Sprocket family,
Enough of your foolishness, Mr. Nickety. This judicial body will not succumb to the influence of money or power.
Now then, let's hear it, Mr. Wright. Let's hear your truth. Think, Phoenix. Remember everything you've learned so far. You can do this. You can find the definitive evidence that will lead us to the truth. Think, Phoenix. How can I prove the murder took place during the wedding reception? If Pierce committed the murder during the reception, then he had to have used the murder weapon? He used the murder weapon. Okay, yeah, no shit, game. Yes, the weapon that was used to strike the victim twice. According to the autopsy report, the victim was hit by the same object both times. So without a doubt, Pierce used it to commit the murder. The weapon used to kill Bloomsbury was the Timekeeper. The Timekeeper was the murder weapon. If Pierce struck the victim during that one single moment, then he must have used the Timekeeper. Come to think of it, wasn't it also used for something else during the reception? During the reception, the Timekeeper was also used for Startup of Love, I think it was called. Yeah. Timekeeper had been activated. That's right! The Timekeeper had been activated during the reception. If we activate the Timekeeper again now and find any traces of evidence of the murder, that would be conclusive proof that Bloomsbury was killed during the reception. A special ceremony took place during the reception in question.
What kind of special ceremony?
It was called the first startup of love. Apparently, the couple activated the Timekeeper for the first time during it.
Does that mean the Timekeeper here in evidence isn't activated at the moment? And what would happen if we were to activate it?
Why don't we see for ourselves? It would give us a chance to examine it. And while we're at it, we just might find some conclusive evidence.
What?
No, can't activate it.
Mr. Nickety, keep quiet or I'll have to throw you out of court. By the way, Mr. Wright, this is supposed to be a time machine, right? You aren't going to travel back in time to the Stone Age or anything, are we?
I don't think we have to worry too much about that, Your Honor.
I'm still a little nervous, nonetheless. But the truth must be known. Very well, go ahead and start up the Timekeeper.
Do you know how, Nick?
I think so. Maybe? The bride and groom each had a symbol of their love, and when they put them together, oh, how romantic it was. Let's see. I think the symbol of the groom's love must be the Timekeeper itself. What symbol of the bride's love would fit together with the Timekeeper? Oh, I know. That has to be it.
Mr. Wright, are you ready to activate the time machine now?
Yes, Your Honor. The symbol of the bride's love that was necessary for activating the Timekeeper is
Take that!
Miss Wyatt's pendant. Is the symbol of the bride's love that's necessary for activating the Timekeeper.
What? Then does that mean you can start it up with Miss Wyatt's pendant?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Very well. Please try it now, Mr. Wright.
Okay, here I go. But first, I have to figure out where the pendant goes. Probably on the other side of that. The outer casing is made of metal. I sure wouldn't want to get hit with something like this. No. Really? I can investigate you. It's a propeller. It's designed to look at the hands of a clock. I don't think it has anything to do with activating the timekeeper, though. But what? Broski, what? This hole looks like a good spot. I'll try setting the pendant in here. It fits. This must be the right spot. I have to find a place to insert the key. Oh. This hole in the middle of the pendant. Could this be? Ah! It works! The timekeeper's been activated! Now all I have to do is find proof that the crime was committed during the reception. I wonder! I think I found it! Conclusive evidence that the murder was committed during the wedding reception. Just as I suspected, there's evidence of the murder inside the timekeeper, Mr. Nickety. Inside the timekeeper, Mr. Nickety. There. The timekeeper was only activated and opened during the wedding reception, right? No! Stop! So, that means this is conclusive proof that the crime was committed during the reception. Yuck! After you killed the victim under the cover of fog, you closed the timekeeper to hide the bloodstain, didn't you? Timekeeper updated in the court record. They activated the timekeeper. It's obvious that it was in the state when it was used on the victim. No, you're wrong. Ellen killed Bloomsbury. It wasn't me, I tell you.
Objection!
Give it up, Mr. Nickety. How could the defendant, who was in the middle of pledging her love, have possibly committed the murder with everyone watching her? It was the family, yes. It was all the family members conspired together to kill them. To kill him. There's no way you can talk your way out of this, Mr. Nickety. During the reception, during that one dreamlike moment, only one person could have used the timekeeper to beat the victim to death. And that one person was you, Pierce Nickety. No, this isn't over yet. I won't give up. Oh no, I cut the artery. This stupid thing. We must stop the bleeding now. Give me forceps. Forceps, I said. Hey, where is everyone? Fine. I'll manage this alone. I'll do it all by myself. I can fix anything, repair anything. So you have to get better. You have to live. You must. I would have been able to save her. If only I hadn't listened to her. If only I had treated her first. If only that Soren hadn't been there. Selena. No.
Witness, are you finally ready to tell us the truth?
It's just as the lawyer deduced.
So, it was all a revenge scheme against Soren Sprocket.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to lose someone you love right in front of you? Selena's condition was clearly more critical than Soren's. But in spite of that, she said, "Please, help Soren."
You know, there are other doctors. Why didn't a different surgeon work on her?
Miss Sprocket's last words.
So that's what you really meant by those words.
I was able to grant her wish, but at the price of her life.
So, you got a job with Sprocket Aviation and waited for your chance to get revenge. You got close to Mr. Gloomsbury and hatched this plot. Is that right?
Gloomsbury already bore a grudge against Soren, so when I tempted him with an even better position, he immediately took the bait.
Who was your accomplice?
Someone who shared the same goal as you.
Why was it necessary for you to kill him?
I didn't expect Soren to strike Gloomsbury out on the Vista deck. I certainly never imagined he'd make his way there along the outside wall.
Soren's love's the real deal after all.
My plan had been compromised, so for the time being I hid his body in the lantern. Then tried to think of my next move.
And then Mr. Gloomsbury came to during the second wedding reception.
As soon as I saw Gloomsbury, I instantly hit upon an idea. To pin the blame of Gloomsbury's murder on Ellen. You tried to break up the couple by making the bride out to be a murderer. How despicable. Soren was getting the company and a wedding. Both things that were supposed to be Selena's. He took every happiness from her. Who's the despicable one here? Do you think what you did would make her happy? I know it wouldn't. But I couldn't just stand by, watching Soren enjoy his happiness. I was going to have Soren taste the same pain I had, and then take over Sprocket Aviation, or take back from him all of the happiness that was rightfully Selena's.
Bro had to relive his sister's death every day. What the fuck are you on about?
Time stopped for me the day I lost her. Just like this pocket watch of hers.
Hold it. Pierce,
Miss Wyatt?
I believe Selena would have said, "Leave this ill will behind. Your time is yours to live."
It's too late for me. Time will never advance for me ever again. What? It can't be. I see now, Selena. What I did was wrong.
I see no further need to continue this trial. Bailiff, please take Mr. Nickety away.
Pierce Nickety, another inconsolable time traveler. who lived in time that stood still. Now then, I must render my verdict regarding the defendant. Your Honor, before you give your ruling, would you please allow me a moment? Very well. Ellen, there's something I need to say to you.
Yes, Soren?
I've put you through something truly horrible. This whole thing happened all because of me. I would understand if you wanted to call off our marriage.
What? Of course not. Arthur once thought that.
If you stay with me, you'll only face even more trying times in the future.
What do you mean?
The truth of this incident, and the car accident before it, I'm going to tell the public everything. I expect the company's reputation will suffer, and I'll take a lot of criticism, but I feel I can only really start over once I get everything out in the open.
Soren?
After all that's happened, I might not have the right to ask you this, but, well, how should I say this? Maybe I'll just... Life with me probably won't be very easy, but... Will you marry me?
Yes, of course.
Your Honor, thank you for this time. Please continue with your ruling. Very well, but first I have one question. Do the two of you pledge your eternal love for each other to the goddess of justice, Themis? What? Why to that goddess? I do, Your Honor.
I do.
Does the prosecution or the defense have any objections?
Well done, Your Honor.
No. No objections here. The defense has no objections either, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Ellen Wyatt. Ah, that's not right. This court finds the defendant, Ellen Sprocket, not guilty. Yippee! Woohoo! Yeah, marriage and shit, hell yeah! This court is adjourned. September 23rd, 11:36 a.m. District Court. Defendant, Lobby Number 3. Ellen, Soren, congratulations.
Mr. Wright, I can't thank you enough. If you hadn't exposed the truth, Soren and I wouldn't... We wouldn't...
But now you can finally start your new life together, right?
Oh, thank you!
Mr. Rice, we'll be holding our real wedding ceremony in the near future. Would you do us the honor of coming to it? I want you to witness our fresh start. Of course! I wouldn't miss it for the world. And Ellen, this time it'll finally be happily ever after, right?
Oh, Oh, yes.
The two of you have persevered and overcome this trial together. Now, no matter what obstacles come your way, I'm sure you'll be able to handle them. There's another thing I'm sure of, too. This person will always be watching over the two of you. Oh, shoot, wait, where is it? What? Really? Is it all the way back here?
Take that!
Selena? Yes, I think you're right.
Well, yeah, that is my name.
And we promise to live life to the fullest, for Selena's sake too. Right, Soren?
That's right. Well, we'd better be on our way.
Yes, my love.
Aww. Wow, the old threshold carry, huh? Way to show off. Aren't you still heavily injured? We'll be seeing you. Goodbye for now. I've been looking forward to that wedding. Hold on tight, Ellen.
You better believe I will. I'm never letting you go.
Oh my god, they're blasting off again, like Team Rocket. There they go.
You're not thinking of going to that wedding by yourself, are you, boss? You're taking us too, right? Oh boy, but there's gonna be all kinds of fancy food there.
Athena, when did you get here?
Just now, I would have been here to cheer you guys on earlier, but Trucy never gave me a chance to slip away.
You're going to be in even bigger trouble with her later. Speaking of the wedding, maybe I should ask them to invite Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth? Really? But he thought Ellen was guilty all the way to the end.
That may be true, but... Don't even bother. His claim is dead on arrival. Victory is within our grasp, prosecutor. Quiet, witness. I have no interest in victory. All I care about is the truth. One that we can only arrive at through further deliberation. If he hadn't stood up for us when he did, the trial probably would have ended there.
You mean Mr. Edgeworth gave us that chance?
Maybe. Though knowing him, I doubt he'd ever tell, even if we asked.
Well, if that's how you feel about it, Nick, then why not try to get him invited? Hey, Maya! Have you ever tried to catch the bouquet? What? No, I've never been to a wedding before. I never have either. Fighting over a bouquet that's been tossed by the bride? Talk about a fierce competition. I'm totally stoked. I'm not sure it's really supposed to be all that competitive. I'm a pretty good jumper, so I think I got a chance.
She's definitely missing the point of the whole thing. And Larry, how did you manage to stay so quiet for so long? That's not really like you. Shut up! Being the lady you fell in love with, every happiness is what a real man does. I'm pretty sure that relationship was over before it even began, Larry. Darn it all! If only I was 10 years younger, things would have gone differently. Hands of time. Why would you turn back for me? September 30th, 9:20 a.m. Sprocket Park, Mooring Dock. Today is Ellen and Soren's third wedding ceremony and reception. I heard the bride and groom insisted it be on the Flying Chapel again. In the end, they were nice enough to invite me and Maya. And Athena kind of invited herself. They also invited Edgeworth, Emma, and even Larry. I don't understand why Larry, but, you know, they said third time's the charm. They say third time's the charm, right? And I really do hope it's happily ever after for them this time around. Still, I get the feeling it's going to be one rowdy party.
Ready when you are. Okay, here we go!
She is British. Do y'all not have any friends? This animation sucks ass. No.
Oh, hey! Look who's next!
That was literally a slideshow.
Huh?
No. You're going to be killed, Larry. They're going to murder you.
Get back! Haven't you ever heard of Lady Harry's
I'm truly blessed to have you.
I don't know why the bouquet throwing was like 3 frames. And everything before and after that was perfectly fine. I don't understand. Why was it a slideshow for just that? Anyways, that is the end of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney's Spirit of Justice. Textures and DLC. Let's go there for a second, shall we? So it's going to be like the illustrations and stuff. Yeah. Cutscenes. But I will see you all next time when we start Professor Layton and the Last Spectre. We're not gonna have Ace Attorney for a while. Gotta finish those, the prequel trilogy of Layton, and then we get back to the Ace Attorney with the Edgeworth Investigations duology. I'll see you all then. Bye-bye!